It's almost strange that Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 exists. The first game came out over 20 years ago, didn't sell well, and yet somehow built a strong cult following. This sequel went through a rough development, switching studios and facing delays before the Chinese room finally brought it together. The result isn't perfect. It struggles to live up to its name, but it still delivers an interesting story full of intrigue, politics, and vampires with too much attitude for their own good. You play as Fire, an elder vampire suddenly awakened in modern Seattle after more than 100 years asleep. Things are off from the start. Fire's power isn't fully there, and there's a strange voice in their head. The mind of another vampire, Fabien, who's somehow trapped inside. You'll need to find out why you were awakened, what Fabien's doing in your head, and how both connect to the vampire court that controls the city. It's a setup that works. Two mysteries pushing you forward while the politics of vampire society keep you tangled in trouble. The story is the highlight. It's well written, full of layered characters who feel like they have their own agendas. Dialogue choices matter, and you can decide whether to manipulate others or push back against the power structure. Fire's background and clan shape how conversations go, giving the game some replay value. If the writing pulls you in, you'll likely stick around for its 25-hour campaign and maybe replay to see different outcomes. But once you start playing beyond the dialogue, things drop off. The open-world version of Seattle looks decent enough but feels empty. Most of what you do there, climbing buildings for collectibles, feeding on civilians, or doing fetch-style side quests, feels flat. Feeding is especially repetitive. Lure someone into a dark alley, bite them, walk away. It's a system that sounds interesting on paper but becomes a chore. Combat has similar problems. Early fights are basic brawls, and even when you unlock new powers, the combat never feels fully polished. Using vampire skills like slowing time or throwing enemies with telekinesis can be fun, but the moment the screen fills with enemies, the fighting turns messy and clumsy. Still, landing a series of supernatural punches or using an enemy's dropped gun through telekinesis gives some flashes of excitement. It's just inconsistent. Some parts where you control Fabien, the voice in your head, should add variety, but they don't. These segments are slow, overly guided, and lack tension. They drag down the pace more than they add to it. Technically, the game also stumbles. Even on PS5 Pro, it suffers from frame drops, stutters, and the occasional crash. The visuals are fine, but not impressive, and for a game that doesn't look cutting edge, those performance issues stand out. Vampire. The Masquerade Bloodlines 2 feels torn between what it could have been and what it actually is. The writing and atmosphere carry the experience. This is still a story worth following if you care about the world of vampires, politics, and betrayal, but the gameplay feels stuck in the past, missing depth and polish. The RPG elements that made the original so special are stripped back, and the open world adds little value. It's not a disaster, but it's not the grand comeback fans hoped for. If you're here for the story, you'll likely enjoy it. If you're here for engaging gameplay, you'll probably be disappointed. Still, for longtime fans, it might be worth sinking your teeth into, flaws and all. For more, check out our reviews of Absalom or King of Meat. Thanks for watching.